Expansion starts here, the podcast. As always, I am Rhett Butler, Marketing Communications Manager for Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. And I always have the best guests and give you the best resources. And today is no different. Today, with me, I have Dr. Malcolm Tyson, Venture Growth Advisor for Prince George's County, and of course, our very own Alicia Moran, Director of Innovation and Entrepreneurship for PGC EDC. How's it going today?
Excellent.
Got to shake your hand, sir. Glad you came. I see you all the time. I'm not shaking your hand. We see each other all the time. First of all, I want to say, number one, TEDCO does amazing work. So let's just put that foundation out there. Yeah. If you don't know what TEDCO is, you are extremely slow. But we have Malcolm today. Malcolm, can you tell us what is TEDCO and what is its mission?
So to be sort of simple, TEDCO, you can think of TEDCO as the venture capital arm for the state of Maryland. Okay. Right? So we really focus on early stage technology and life science businesses, right? So companies that have, or founders that have ideas about technology enablement, the use of technology, life sciences, including medical devices, that sort of thing, we invest in them. Okay. Right? And not only do we invest in them, we offer them different services, including like myself, right? Advisory services, mentoring, market research, IP searches, a lot of stuff. So we not only give them money or fund them, we also try to surround them with services to help them grow, right? Because as you all know, being in economic development, if you lift one company up, it lifts the entire economy up. So that's part of our role.
Now, we're blessed enough to have you specifically for Prince George's County. Can you talk about your role within the organization specific to us?
Yeah. So under the Urban Business Innovation Initiative, myself and my counterpart in Baltimore City really support these urban environments, right? And that's, I hate using that word, but the reality is Prince George's County is 60% Black.
Indeed.
Right? And so a lot of the ways that venture capitalists look at Black and brown founders is different for urban communities compared to our white counterparts and just traditional venture capitalists.
Understood.
Right? And so because this environment is mostly Black and mostly diverse, we have a dedicated advisor for this area, right? And I have to say, just working with Alicia, we see some of the most brilliant people, right? Brilliant founders coming up with some amazing ideas, and they need that one-on-one support.
That's right.
Right? And what I try to do is, one, help them de-risk their companies, right?
That's a major statement. Yes. I love that.
Because venture capitalists is all about risk. Completely. It's all about risk, right? It's not like you have a established business, you're generating revenue, and you've been in business for 20 years, right? Yes. Getting money for that is a little easier. This is on the idea, right? This is you're trying to get funding on an idea. Yes. No guarantees of success, no guarantees of you're going to be open tomorrow or next week.
That's right.
Right? And so you're betting on yourself, you're betting on your idea. And there's some traditional metrics that are looked for in these type of companies, these early stage companies. And those metrics don't always fit for urban communities.
Indeed.
And so
it's not a one size fits all process.
Not at all. Troy Stovall likes to say, this blank ain't linear. I don't want to curse on this, but he
fill in the blank.
Yeah, fill in the blank. It's not linear,
indeed.
Right? It's not linear. And so my role, as I said, is to really de-risk these companies, and that involves a lot, right? It's a lot of times we are, Alicia and I may talk to a single founder. A single founder is a risky company, more than a founder that has a group, right? Or a team.
Sure.
Right. So looking at your team, is the market one that is worth investing in? Is it something like we had a situation where a founder was making cupcakes and they were using more of an e-commerce type of thing. Oh. And that's cool, but that market isn't that big.
Indeed.
Right. And so as an investor, would you invest in something like that where, okay, you might get your money back, but you might not, because the market can't sustain something to grow that big in order for you to get your money back.
Sure.
Right. And so really educating founders on what that entire process is and what it looks like, and then helping them to, okay, how do we put our best foot forward and be as credible as possible for investors, for an investor audience, which may be different for a banking audience. Right. So.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, the fact that you're curating and really tailor making this, by circumstance is amazing. And I'm going to put out a new title to this young lady right here because she doesn't know it. This is the godmother, fairy godmother, I'm going to even say, of the innovators and entrepreneurs. And upstairs is her den. It's called ISBI. Talk about the fact that your alignment with TEDCO is spurring new entrepreneurs, new innovations, and really helping them steer that ship.
Well, it's a great partnership that we have. Obviously, Innovation Station Business Incubator is not just an incubator, it's also an accelerator and an international soft landing. And it was designed years ago to have tech-enabled businesses be a part of this community.
Amazing.
We don't limit our efforts to tech-enabled businesses, but we certainly look for companies that have a proprietary or unique product or service offering. Because we know TEDCO, by statute, has to invest in technology-oriented companies and those that typically have something that is proprietary, meaning you are able to get a patent, or you have a protected process, or maybe you've kept a trade secret that enables you to have something unique and proprietary. And so we've had a long partnership with TEDCO. I've been here at the EDC now for about 7 years.
Amazing.
And we have had a great relationship with TEDCO throughout that duration. We have had TEDCO in for office hours. We've had them in to do investor readiness presentations. Pre-COVID, we actually hosted some prelude pitch events here in our ecosystem. And then, during the COVID era, we even continued to do innovation sessions online, virtually. We supported our companies with the rubric grants. Those were special grants that TEDCO gave out during the pandemic to help some of our innovators. And we've really just worked in tandem. And Malcolm and I think, have formed a great partnership in that we know that some companies will go directly to TEDCO and seek funding, and they may not be fully ready yet. So we want to make sure that we're touching those companies and we're talking to those companies and helping to get them prepared if they are not prepared. And otherwise, we are hoping those that do get investment, we want to see them grow and help them grow. So we work collaboratively. We help support our companies both in Innovation Station and then just within the county in general.
Yeah, so I'm going to up my statement to Tinkerbell. You have to see Tinkerbell before you go to Peter Pan, and he takes you to Never Neverland, right, where the money resides. But ISBI just celebrated 5 years, I believe, last year. First of all, congratulations on 5 years of growth and innovation. Obviously, we're seeing the fruits of that labor. But we are lucky enough to have TEDCO office hours. We share you with BSU, Bowie State University sometimes. Talk about that whole process and that effort that you guys are doing together.
Yeah, so that came about as a way for really me as a representative of TEDCO to get out in the community. Right? TEDCO does a lot. And while TEDCO... We're talking about TEDCO within Prince George's County. TEDCO supports the entire state.
Indeed.
Right? And so a lot of times, as Alicia mentions, founders may go directly to TEDCO. But having someone boots on the ground, listening, hearing, being able to be a sounding board for founders, I think is really useful. And so it came about as a way for me to get out into the community and create some outreach. And ultimately, it's about having a connection with the community, right? TEDCO, again, is a state-funded. It's supported. It supports the entire state. But when you know that you have someone that you can be sort of that belly button that you can ping, founders. So many founders have my cell phone number. It's ridiculous.
Oh wow,
it's crazy, right? But that's just my passion for helping founders and growing these businesses. And, I'm a longtime resident of Prince George's County. I want to see that in Prince George's County, right? I want to see a $100 million business in Prince George's County. And that's, you hear the question, what gets you up in the morning every day? That's it. All right? Helping founders grow their businesses. And if I can be a part of, or be the person next to someone who helps grow a $100 million business in the county,
right?
I'll take that any day.
Looking at technology as an overall industry, our CEO and president, David Iannucci, calls this area the capital of quantum.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons, all mainly residing in College Park area.
Sure.
But we know ISBI and TEDCO work really well together.
Yeah.
Alicia, what are some of the engagements you guys have done together that show the robustness of the relationship?
Well, first of all, I think I want to also explain that there is a great ecosystem here in Prince George's County. We work with our partners at Bowie State University, their Living Learning Center, the Bowie BIC. We also work closely with our MTech partners, the Maryland Energy Innovation Accelerator, and a host of others within the county. Prince George's Community College has an InnoHub, so there's lots of innovation and entrepreneurship happening here in the county. And so we work collectively in that we may go to some of these events, we may be judges for their pitch competitions, we may participate in a panel, we meet with their companies and we help them, again, because we are an economic development agency and they have TEDCO has a bit of an economic development agenda as well.
Absolutely.
Really, we are here to support the companies of Prince George's County. And to help those innovators and entrepreneurs get to the next step. And so I will see Malcolm sometimes at a University of Maryland event. I may see him at a BSU event. But again, then we're also doing things here with PGC, EDC, and the innovation ecosystem in ISBI. So it's really comprehensive.
The through line I hear for innovators is hope. Right now, I'm not isolated. I'm not siloed. Right. I can actually reach out to Alicia Moran, get to a Dr. Malcolm Tyson, and that's a beautiful thing. What are the last things you want innovators to know about TEDCO and ISBI?
There is opportunities out here for you, right? And I think one of the biggest misconceptions about TEDCO is you have to be at a certain level to receive the funding, or you have to know certain, it's all about relationships. Business is all about relationships. But I would say that if you have an idea, it's tech-enabled, life science-enabled, early stage, back in the napkin stuff.
Okay.
Let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Right? And if that leads to something else, perfect. If not, so be it. But I'm here to help.
I would just say there is no wrong door, that we hopefully are working in partnership. And so if somebody goes to TEDCO first, hopefully they'll be connected to us at EDC. And likewise, PGC EDC is connecting people to TEDCO. I would just say for the founders, don't get discouraged. A no for funding does not necessarily mean a no right now. It's important for our innovators to understand that it's a process. So you might have the back of the napkin concept, which may get you some funding, but there may be additional funding that you're going to have some customers, or you're going to have other things in place. And I would just say, just know there are $1 million businesses out here that have graduated from Innovation Station and UMD and BSU's ecosystems. And we met many of them during Economic Development Week, honestly. And so there's a lot going on here in this county. I want everybody to understand that we have people of diverse cultures and backgrounds all doing wonderful, fantastic things.
Absolutely.
And we're all here to support. So I just say no wrong door. Don't get frustrated. If you ask for money first, just know you might not be ready. We're going to try and work with you to get you ready, right? And so just and continue the partnership that we have.
So amazing.
I just would add on, being coachable is very important as a founder, right? You have to, especially if you don't know how venture capital works.
That's right.
Right? You might see a movie, Wolf of Wall Street, all that sort of nonsense. That's not how it is, right? It's not like that. And so you may have an idea in your mind about how things should go, but be open or be flexible to it being different. As an entrepreneur, you have to be able to pivot. You have to be agile. So you can't be rigid. You can't be like super stuck in your idea. As Alicia just said, you might have an idea. It may get you so far, but once you get to a point of reckoning, you have to make that decision. You know what? I need to change. I need to adjust. Still maybe hold on to the pure concept.
Sure.
But that idea, if you have an idea that doesn't fit the market, you have to adjust it and be be comfortable with that. Be comfortable with that change. So that would be the last thing I would say.
I love it. Be coachable and walk through these open doors. This is the capital of quantum, Prince George's County, but quickly becoming the capital of innovation. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. An expansion starts here.